Wait, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie all day. Wow, I'm okay. We're just gonna get started, man. We're gonna get this thing popping. So when I first designed the preacher, the dbad preacher, I thought to myself after this knife was done, there's no way I'll ever design a better knife than this. This thing is an absolute workhorse. It's every part of it is meant to be a certain way. It's fantastic. I did a modified Predator clip with three Chira, or well, two Chira really. And the thing just turned out to be a beast. A lot of people get confused here. They try to put their finger in like this, and they're like, that doesn't work right. Well, that's because it's designed to be this. The reason I have a triangular right there is for the pinky to rest on. So for people who don't know, this is what the choil is designed for on this knife. But when I designed this knife, I literally thought there's no way, no how I'm ever going to be able to design a better knife than this. I don't know, man. I don't know. So going with another modified Predator clip, but adding a hog nose for superior tip strength. I don't know, man. I mean, I wanted a lot of the elements from my preacher, but in something just disgusting, something awesome. It's got a 9 3/4 inch blade with a 5 3/4 inch grip. This thing is ridiculous. Even gave it a regular choil for people who don't understand different choils. But this knife is just freaking amazing. So here, this might be an involved video because we're going to go over some things, but we're going to take this outside and just go nuts. When I design a knife, I design it very specifically. Every single thing has to be a certain way for everything to work together. I don't just design a knife because I think, oh my God, this is going to look cool. No. I design a knife that has to have function that, like, anybody can design a knife that's big. You could have the ugliest shape in the world. You could have all this goofy stuff popping off the top or just whatever. And it's big, and then people will get it and they'll hit it and they'll, oh my God, I just chopped through a 4x4 in 3 swats. Anything that's big and heavy with a sharp edge is going to do that. That doesn't mean it's designed well. That means it's just something big and heavy with a sharp edge. You could take any piece of steel, throw a piece of tape on the end so you don't cut your hand on it, and if you sharpen it and it's big and fat, it's going to work. You don't have to be a designer, and it doesn't have to be a good design to make a knife that's going to chop well. What's going to happen is you're going to miss out on recovery. You're going to miss out on well, first of all, aesthetically pleasing, but you're going to miss out on a whole lot of function of the blade that should be working unilaterally in unison together to create a perfect balanced piece of knife. Like when I designed my preacher, the Kukri house, what they did is they gave you the option to where you can have a bigger blade, you can make it a smaller blade, whatever, but every single thing is mathematically made on this knife. This knife is purposely built the way it is. The point of impact is supposed to be at a certain place. Therefore, the balance to that impact is supposed to be at a certain place. If you make it longer, your point of impact changes for the rest of the design, for how the knife is designed. So if you bend one, right, and because you had it modified to be bigger or longer or this and that, it's no longer the mathematical knife that it was. I give them all the freedom they want to allow people to change things, but when people do, it's not very smart because unlike pretty much 99% of all knife designers, Joe Flowers measures his knives. But most people don't. I asked a few guys, what method do you use to get your mean? And they go, oh, I don't do that. That's because most guys don't. They just go ahead and they whip up something that they think is cool. They're knife guys, but they're not real designers. You know what I mean? There's a lot of math and calculation because you need to know where the point of impact is going to be. You need to know what is going to create the ability to turn a knife and work a knife. You need to know where the choke point on a knife is going to be. Aside from the point of balance, there's a whole lot that goes into it. Guys just don't do it. So I am very, very particular when I design a knife. And I'm going to show you my original design on this beast. Hold on. So this was how I drew this knife up. The balance is absolutely perfect on that knife. You can see I've worked with a pyramid, double step pyramid fullers, which give it two directions of depth. You can see that is not a recurve. The blade drops flat before the belly and turns up, giving you a perfect point of impact at a certain place to where this knife is going to be extremely wieldable. Now, this is a platform that I've used on other things like this. You could see the modified Predator clip. You could see the hog nose. This one is a recurve, completely different, but this was my design on this knife, and it was very, very well done mathematically. You could see it's got 6 blue pins on the side, 2 blue pins, then 3 regular steel pins, and it's G10, and it was designed to be a very, very well working knife. So Jedhornbeak and we talked about at Blade Show about coming together doing a knife, and this is why this is the dbad Beast by Jedhornbeak. It's really the dbad-Hornbeak Beast, but he calls it model. The model is dbad Beast. You can see that the steel is 80 CR V2. Awesome. Freaking awesome. I don't know if you can pick up. Look at this brushed leather. Look at what he does. It's almost like a blue, and you can see the blue stitching. His leather work is second to none. Nobody does better leather work than Jedhornbeak. It does have a dangler. It does have, this is one of my favorite things, like KHHI does this on a lot of my knives, where it has a ring instead of a hole here, because a hole here can end up separating the threading on your sheath, where this one here is riveted on, and just awesome. Greatest tie downs that you can have. So double button, opens at the top, not going to cut this in any way, just freaking perfect. So now let's go over the changes, and then we're going to talk about my point of balance, right? So this was in the original design a smooth line from here to here. Didn't lift up. There was no jump, right? It was just smooth. There was no hole here, and there was no lift here, and these two were added, right? Outside of that, the only difference is where he took the first fuller, he broke it off here instead of here, and then the second fuller he closed in rather than leaving it open. And he added his very, very nice signature jimping, chamfered on each side, so it is absolutely smooth. It is super comfortable. It's not a saw or anything like that. It is jimping. That's all it is. It's made for comfort. Put your hand on, get some grip. If I'm going to grab it by the fuller, I'm going to be able to push down with the blade. It is just so very well done. That's something that Jed does as his, like the hog nose and double fullers, things like that. It's like a signature thing that I like to do. He has his this. It's just his this. But what happens is when you change a design that's mathematically created, you change the point of balance. You change the point of recovery. You change the point of impact. Everything is different. Everything becomes different with one change from an original design that was mathematically created. This is where Jed is Jed. So he knew he was adding this. He knew. So what he had to do was make up for it here. And this was this. It was going to be really nice, just round, smooth, so that this line was going to come up from here, turn in here, and be a solid destination until this point. Just a beautiful, smooth curve all the way around. But Jed, understanding mathematics and understanding knives, the guy's amazing. He said, well, if I'm going to add this, there needs to be something to make up for it. So he added this. And this little bit of add-on brought the mean pretty much to the exact point it started on. If you're going to change something, you have to change something else. Otherwise, everything is wrong. Jed's a genius. Not only is he a genius, but he's probably one of the greatest knife makers in the world. And now I'm talking, you have your knife companies, you have your Tops and your Essies and your Bucks and all that. And then you have guys who are by themselves at a forge, hand making every single piece they do flawlessly. And there aren't too many people better than Jed. And if you think you know one, name it, because I'll tell you, this guy is an abso-freaking-lute master. So what we want to do is we want to take this thing outside and just go ahead and swing until we die. So it's amazing. Well, that sure was weird. I went to do something and I waved my hand in front of the camera and it restarted everything. But there was only 4 of these made. 4 in the first production. This is one of them. So right now, if you are a collector, there's 3, only 3 that you can buy right now. And if you're smart, you got the extra cash, jump on this. The jedhornbeak is growing. This guy is growing. He was featured at Blade Show. Lynn Thompson, the old Cold Steel owner, literally walked up to Jed's booth, looked at his stuff and said, how would you like to do a knife together one day? Come on, man. When some of the biggest names see your stuff and say, this is so awesome, I need to work with you because I want to sell something and you obviously make them better. That's cool. So let's take this thing outside and really put it through. Golly, this is nice. Literally put it through its paces. I haven't tested the edge. See, I got some bald spots here. Oh, my. You know how you can hear the shaving? This is a big, giant knife. It's not supposed to be completely shave sharp, but it is. So, like always, his edges are awesome. Let's go test the strength. Woo-wee! Let's check this thing out, man. Look at this. Got a beautiful satin finish. The G10 with the blue pegs. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This is one thick beast, and it even says so. So you got the steel designation right there, dbad beast. You got Hornbeak right there. Oh, man. But we are going to hit. Now, I could look at this. I could take it and do our regular thing and do a couple drops. And no, today's gonna be a little different. Today we're hitting. We're taking this thing and we are driving it through some wood because that's what it should be doing. It should be absolutely demolishing things. Golly, this is a nice freaking knife. Because it just is what it is. I'll tell you what, man. I'm gonna put the link to Jed's website down below, and I'm gonna put his email as well, so he can be reached. If you're looking for just an awesome knife, and I'm not even saying just this one. I do recommend it though. Go to his website and just check out what he makes. He makes some incredible stuff. The guy, he's just freaking awesome. He's awesome. Oh my gosh. That point of impact is freaking amazing. Oh. That's a big tree. That's a big thick piece. That's a big thick piece of something right there. But that blade is no freaking joke. Holy mackerel. Let's pick this up. Oh yeah, let's pick it up and keep on going. All right. Man, like a Christmas tree. Oh, look at that. Just a little side shot. Take it right down. All right. Oh my gosh, that literally just buries itself. Hitting on the point of impact at that belly, it's just a destroyer. It is a destroyer. Oh, man. This thing, I mean, I can't remember what I originally called it, the animal or something, I don't know. But when he asked me, he said, oh, hey, what are we going to do for a name? And after he showed me the pictures of it done. And I was like, beast. I mean, come on. This thing is a absolute freaking terror of a knife. Man, just dug straight through all this sappy stuff. This thing I'm going to choke up now and not try and get sticky. Oh, this thing, I have the ability to control it really nice down low. Everything's a little slick on this because it's all wet and fresh. But look at this thing. It is just shredding. It is shredding. Oh, let's hit some more. I like that. Oh, it really buries itself into that freaking wood. Oh yeah. Oh, man. This right here, this is a man's knife. Damn! Or a woman's knife, anybody's knife. Built for the most important race, the human race. All right, so let's go hit some more. Let's go hit something a little harder too. Man. So I'm talking about recovery. All right. This, I don't know, guys. This might be my new favorite knife, like ever, all time. Wow, that just took a major chunk out of there. Oh gosh, that took a huge chunk. Oh, wow. Wow, it's like a metal beaver. Oh. This guard right here is doing such good work, holding everything steady. Oh, my goodness. That tip is wonderful. The tip is wonderful. We need to dig it into something. Where I got some wood over here. We're going to dig this tip. Man, this knife is crazy good. All right. Let's see. This tip is really nice and fat. Really, really nice and fat. It's really awesome. Am I in? Okay. Man, get a little bow holing done. If you're going to make a fireboard, you need something that's going to make a nice hole. Look at that. Because of that shape of that tip, that hog nose, makes bow holing really fast. Because when you have like a clip point, it goes really long and really thin, the hole you're making is really small, so it takes a long time to get just that much. Not on this one. Not on this one. I don't know where that damn dog of mine went. I don't know where that dog of mine went. Hold on. Yeah, I knew he had to be somewhere. All right. Let us continue. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The weight behind this is just it's just great for splitting. Oh man. Man alive. It's alive. The beast is alive. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, the side grip, really nice. You get so much material to grab onto. Oh, even makes fine curls. Big old knife like this. Man, it's like the second time I had an accidental shut off. What's going on, technology? You're terrible. Technology is terrible. All right, see if I can get a good aim on this. Yeah, baby. Let's try again. Everything's a little crooked here. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. All right, so, I mean, it's a yeah, baby kind of knife. I mean, it's a yeah, baby kind of knife. Let's see, this is a little tiny one. Caught the edge. Man, this thing is in there. It is freaking sick. This thing is sick. You know what we gotta do. You know what we gotta do. We gotta test it just one time. We gotta. All right, man, there's sap everywhere on this thing. All right, let's see. Let's see, this should be good. Soon find out. Oh, I was there. I was there. Did you hear that dong? Dong. That hit like a ball. That was great. Man, this thing is freaking awesome. This is what happens when you take two knife minds who are absolutely passionate about this stuff. You put them together and you get one fantastic freaking piece. Jedhornbeak. Man, don't get any better than this. This might be one of the greatest knives ever made. I'm talking, if you're looking for a big, hefty, nasty, Bowie style blade, I'm telling you, you will not find a knife better. You can find knives that'll do exactly what this does. You can, you will find them. You won't find one made by jedhornbeak like this. You won't find another one designed by me like this. You won't find another one designed by anybody else just like this. This one, these are value holders too. Man, I'll tell you what, for collectors out there, if you're looking to have the piece that nobody else has, a lot of people have bark rivers, a lot of people have worked up gear, a lot of people have fall niven, a lot of people have a lot of stuff. Only 4 of these right now. And I'll tell you what, if all 4 sell and you really want one, you contact old Jed. Jed just might make you one. But right now there's 4 or 3 more ready to go out the door. All right, so golly, this just might be the best knife on the planet. This might be the best knife on the freaking planet made by jedhornbeak like this. Golly, 80 CRV2, just nastiness. That's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. That's the beast. Until next knife.